Right now, right where your career is at this moment, what's the favorite part about what you're doing right now?
That's hard. I love performing, but I really like getting in the studio, and I really like writing.
That's why you're here today at Mike Garrigan's studio, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and just like really stressing my creative side and seeing what I can flesh out and what I can do with different parts. And I guess recording for me is still writing, so I love that so much. But and then second, I think would be singing, and because I love singing my own stuff. And then third would be performing. I mean, they're all way up there, but still, that would probably be my preference order.
Now, on the flip side of that coin, what's the thing you dislike the most about where you are right now? Is there anything that really kind of is a challenge, or you wake up going, yeah, I wish I didn't really have to do that today?
It's probably the diligence. I have so much trouble with just being diligent with like practice, and I'm in a jazz improv class just trying to flesh out this theory stuff, and he's like, you need to do your scales like every day, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I just kind of want to be there already.
Yeah.
But it's.
But you push yourself through that, right?
I have to do it because otherwise I won't get to the end result.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about kind of where you got started and a little bit about what's going on right now. What do you see as far as the future goes? Talking maybe goals, ambitions, or dreams you might have about things you want to do. Name and rights. That says it all, huh?
It's not so much. It's hard for me to tell people I want to be famous because I automatically feel like there's a bad twist put with that. But
in what way? What do you mean by that?
Oh, you're just a little teenager that wants to be a star. You know, I don't. But I do want to be famous in the sense that I really want to play my music to a lot of people.
Sure.
But that's my purpose. It's not to get attention, I guess. It's really just to let everybody hear what I've got to say.
So you really want to be a performer. Would you also be happy being a songwriter and people picking up your songs and recording them?
I probably would be happy. And I struggle with that because I like singing my own stuff so much and being in the forefront. But at the same time, you know, I'm reading Carole King's autobiography, and she started as just a writer, an in-house writer, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I would be happy doing that for a little bit, you know.
For a little bit.
For a little bit. Not forever, but for a little bit.
You got to be out in front of people, I think, don't you? Yeah.
I do like being in front of people.
Yes. Okay. Now, let's talk about this. As a guitarist and a singer and a pianist, and obviously you've had a lot of mentors or idols or whatever you want to call them in your life. If you could step out on the stage with any performer, who would it be?
I'm going to pick the potentially controversial answer and say Coldplay.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why that's controversial, but you might have to explain that.
A lot of people love Coldplay, and a lot of people really don't like Coldplay. I think.
So what is it about them that you like?
Well, the biggest thing I really admire about them is they don't lip sync. They refuse to lip sync in their performances, and that's one thing that I just am going to refuse to do.
Yes.
I want people to know that I can actually sing.
Right.
No matter how hard that is, jumping around and everything, and then Coldplay's just good at really connecting with the audience, and they just have a good time on stage. And a big game changer for me, I always used to get stage fright, and but I read something about Coldplay. They said, well, what we did that changed that is we just remembered that people have paid money for tickets to come see us, so we owe them the best performance we can give, and the rest just doesn't really even matter. Because stage fright is really a self-absorption of what are they thinking of me, you know.
Yes.
So it's just all about them, not me.
Good point. Absolutely.